I want to make driving system for only life simulation. This is the city edit feature, which we have made a lot of progress with. We'll try to make this more interesting as time goes on.
Hello everyone. With so much hype around inZOI, we wanted to hear all the latest news about the upcoming project. Could you introduce yourselves?
Hello, I'm Suri, Community Manager for inZOI, and I mainly interact with users on our Discord server.
Hello, my name is Kjun, and I'm the PD for inZOI. We have so many people around the world who are showing their enthusiasm for inZOI. However, the amount of content currently available to them is very limited. That's why we wanted to make this video to showcase as many features as we can. Today, we will cover two categories of features, with the first being features we are developing based on your wish list from our Discord. The second consists of features I personally thought would be nice to have in inZOI, also currently in development. One of the most requested features for inZOI is to have drivable cars in the game. Something I need to mention right off the bat is that driving in inZOI will not be like what you see in GTA. We designed our driving system strictly with life simulation in mind to make it suitable for the genre. You can hop inside your vehicle and look around the inside of your car. When you're in the driver's seat, you can tell people nearby to get in your car and start driving. We wanted to make it when driving for realistic events, like getting into car accidents, to be a possibility. We're currently adding customization capabilities like changing the color of your car. You can show off your car, get a car wash, or even go on road trips with people in your car. Another feature is when you have a convertible car, people will take notice of you as you drive down the street.
I have a question. When you spend all this time caring for your ZOI and they suddenly die, can you bring them back to life?
It's a feature we're calling the time machine, which is just a fancy way of describing automatic save files in inZOI. When your character dies, the game will ask if you want to revert your gameplay back to the save file when the character was alive. Another thing that was heavily requested on Discord was group activities. An example of a group activity is when I head off to work, my wife could walk me out. It could also be something like going to karaoke with friends. If you meet a close friend, you two can hold hands, go to a cafe on your way to work, dance, or play chess or board games together. If any of our viewers can share their suggestions for group activities, we'll try to implement them in the game. As humans, we typically get involved in 2 or 3 categories of interactions, with acquaintances, family members, and strangers. We're currently developing new slider settings for how high or low you want to set your relationship success rate as. In easy mode allows you to quickly escalate your most desired relationships with just a few interactions. In hard mode, a person may come up to you and suddenly slap you in the face. You can adjust these settings however you like. Reputation is when you repeatedly commit good or bad actions. It can affect how you are perceived in your future gameplay. Interactions happen between 2 people, but reputation is affected by your own individual actions, which can affect interactions with other people. Let's say I did something bad, like stealing money or punching someone. This will cause your reputation to go down, unlocking certain interactions depending on your current reputation. Our personal relationship may be positive, but if I have a bad reputation, like coping someone...
Like stealing someone's money
Thanks
or...
by word?
I also wanted to expand on the idea of reputation and make doing something when no one is around can also impact your character's future. We haven't decided on the official name yet, but as of right now we are calling it Karma. Let's say I liked the inZOI's back and wrote a negative comment about her. That's an instance that would affect my karma, and it could have an effect on your future offspring. It's still a work in progress, so our viewers can let us know if this is something you guys would like to have, and we will keep on developing it. Next is related to our city edit features, which we will show to you now. We have many billboards around the city, and you can now have them play YouTube videos. With City Edit, you can set different leathers to create all kinds of different moods. You can create all kinds of different stories within the game. You can change which trees and animals appear and select the season you want for the city. You can also adjust a city's crumminess to make it dirty, set fire's safety level to low to have fires happen more frequently, and adjust crime rates and general health. Because this is a simulation game, we have different types of probabilities embedded in the game. Another feature that we're putting a lot of work into is related to modding and CC. When it comes to writing scripts to modify the game, it will feel similar to that of other games, and we will try to make it easy to work with. Since we use Unreal Engine to make our game, we will be providing a dedicated plugin along with guides that you can use to create your own custom content. This game is built on a very complicated structure with hundreds of motion points for facial and body movements. With the tiniest of motion being expressed for every muscle, creating an outfit for inZOI may require a great level of technical understanding. To compensate for this, we're willing to sacrifice some of these details to make it easier for users to create CCs. While we can't disclose any details, we are working with an external agency to make this process even easier for our users. If our viewers have good suggestions related to mods and CC, please share them on Discord, and we'll try to implement them as much as possible. I think having a creator space is one of the most important things you can do for a simulation game, because playing the same game over and over again can get boring. However, in this creator space, you can find amazing content that, just by downloading them, can make the game more enjoyable to play. So we're providing this space called the Canvas and make it more meaningful by awarding a crown to active creators, featuring well-made creations. We will also make it easier for users to download these content straight from the game. You can communicate with other users on the platform and talk about your creations, saying, "What do you think of this?" and so on. I feel that this space is really the epitome of what inZOI truly represents. Life sim games typically don't provide you with anything interesting to do during the nighttime. So our team thought it would be interesting to add Dream as a separate content. Dreams can be things like nightmares or even lucky dreams. Whatever dream you have that night will affect you the next day. So, if you have a lucky dream, buying a lottery ticket the next day will give you a 100% success. Something Koreans like to do is to sell your lucky dream to have your good luck transferred over to them. You can also interpret different kinds of dreams. Usually, people visit the tarot reader to have their dreams explained to them. You can do this in inZOI as well. After adding these things, we evaluated our dream system, but still felt like it was lacking. That's why we decided to add sleepwalking as an additional possibility. You would get up during your sleep and unconsciously go to a different location and sleep there, or you could decide to donate all of your money to charity. Then, you get a text the next morning saying, "Thank you for such a generous donation." And you'll notice your balance went down to 0.
Cancel mine?
Yes, you can.
That's a relief.
But instead of us labeling this as sleepwalking, we wanted to focus more on the involuntary activities that happens during the nighttime. If you look at our map, there's a large studio that looks like a movie set. You can utilize our facial motion capture in the studio to make it do whatever you want. You can dress up as a news anchor and see yourself reporting the breaking news. Normally, we would need to consider optimization with any content to make sure it is playable. However, because the purpose is to solely create the best possible screenshot, we can focus more on the best possible graphical quality.
I'm really so excited.
I believe it will make in-game screenshots much more enjoyable.
People will probably change their profile pics a lot more with this.
We hope you enjoy this feature. We're working incredibly hard on character customization. You can get a haircut. You can dye your hair with various colors or have it be a single color. We also added nail art and character customization, allowing you to change it as often as you like. Because of inZOI's high rendering potential, we found out that accessories look absolutely beautiful. These are only going to get better with time.
We have many requests from people wanting to try out the character customization as a free demo.
I need to discuss this with our technical director before I can make any promises. The reason is that this is no small task development-wise, but at the same time, I really want to show off our character customization to everyone. If we can allow users to try out this feature, I think they will likely want to try out the full game. Another big interest of mine is to add different stories into this game. One will be that you were hired by a company called AR Company, and your workplace is in Do-won. We want people to have all kinds of experiences with this game to really be able to simulate life. We're going to have our ups and downs in life, so I want our players to experience these moments of sorrow and anger to enjoy. In your company, there is also a secret CEO whom you will meet after you die.
Who's the CEO? Kjun?
Absolutely not.
도시마다 각각 다른 직업들이 계속 생겨날 거예요.
오토바이, 자전거, 비행기와 같은
놀라운 수준의 질문들인데요, 진짜. 피드백도 좀 많이 주시고 원하시는 것들을 게임에 담을 수 있는 노력을 계속 하려고 합니다.